Top news. The leadership of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers (NUPENG) has expressed shock at the death of Francis Johnson, president of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. The union says his death has left a vacuum in the labor movement. Meanwhile, sympathizers trooped to the Abuja residence of the late Johnson following the announcement of his death. He died in the early hours of Friday after a brief illness at the National Hospital in Abuja. Mr. Johnson was first elected president of the association in June 2014 and re-elected for another term in 2017. Mr. Johnson had led the members of PENGASSAN against the privatization of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and led the struggle for the reform of the Nigerian oil sector. Our correspondent Jock here decides standing by for more on this story. It's a sad day for the PENGASSAN family, but what more do we know about the circumstances that led to a sudden demise earlier today, Jock?
Yes, at his residence in Gwarimpa area of Abuja, we were not allowed to see the wife and the kids, but what we got from that was that he suddenly developed some illnesses in the wee hours of this morning, and the wife had to rush him to the hospital. Unfortunately, he was confirmed dead there. And so the labor movement, the church people, and every other person that was close to him, they say they are still in shock. They are still mourning the demise of the PENGASSAN president, who is popularly called FOJ, Francis Olabode Johnson. So I was at his office and also in his house, and what we saw was an atmosphere of grief. We saw people coming in, people going out, and you see their heads bowed. It's like most of them said they were still shocked, they were still in shock, they were still dazed by the sudden death of the man they knew too well. And so it was not a palatable thing. Earlier at the office of PENGASSAN, the NLC president and the TUC presidents were the first to sign the condolence register, where they pour in their hearts about the man they knew. And so it was really an atmosphere of grief, like I said. The people who came in, they signed the condolence register, and we spoke to them. Most of them said, oh, they are still dazed, and they wish that the story, the news of his death would turn out to be false.
We hear that the president has also written in a condolence letter to this regard. What more do we know about the burial arrangement for the former PENGASSAN president?
Yes, the labor leaders, the PENGASSAN leaders that we met in his house said they were waiting for the family, that they are giving the family the honor to release the details of the burial arrangement, to pick a date and also follow up with the arrangements. But one thing they have assured is that they will be there for the family, even now and even after, and that's because the man meant so much a person to them, and so they will not be in a hurry to let the family down. They have promised that the children will, of course, enjoy the very best, even in the absence of their father, and that the wife too will also be assisted in the very way they can. So, but by and large, what has come out of that place that we were all through the day, the fact that we saw people coming. It was a very busy atmosphere. We saw cars parked in the whole of that street, of course, even the whole of the estate. People will, of course, know that a national figure has gone. And going by the president's reaction, where he described the late president of PENGASSAN as a man that had the love of the people at heart, that he would be missed, that even the nation will miss him. And I think that captures the general feelings of the people about the man, Francis Johnson.
Well, Mr. Johnson will be remembered for leading the struggle for the reform of the Nigerian oil sector, and we look forward to see that legacy move on even